Can you imagine what it would be like for famous heroes of history and mythology to be put together in the same story? If you want me to recommend an incredible fantasy animation from 10 years ago, I would say Fate Zero, the TV animation animated by Ufotable.
Hey folks, this is Carter, and here is Fate Zero Anime Review. As a prequel to Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero depicts the Fourth Holy Grail War, which involves 7 masters and 7 servants under 7 classes.
The story takes place 10 years before the Fifth Holy Grail War in 1994. The winning pair is supposed to be able to claim the Holy Grail and utilize it to grant a wish for each of them. To obtain the Holy Grail and realize their wishes, masters summon heroes from history to battle each other to the death. The 7 heroic spirits are all famous heroes of histories or legend. They need to hide their identity in battles to gain an edge, and then use the superpowers they have to defeat the other masters and servants to obtain the grail. The masters brought the servants into a battle of wits and courage. As the war begins, only one will emerge victoriously, so the scene was once violent, bloody, and not suitable for children.
誰の許しを得て俺を見ている狂犬めが
Kiritsugu Emiya is the master of Saber in Fate Zero. He has a burning desire to be a hero of justice and to change the world.
Kiritsugu is a ruthless, calculating, and cold-blooded killer who is notoriously known as the Magus Killer. He committed some villainous, immoral acts to achieve his goals. In contrast to Kiritsugu, his servant Saber has chivalry and morality. She's the most recognizable hero in the Fate series, King Arthur, so Arthur appears as Artoria.
Interesting that Arthur is a girl in the Fate series. Saber also had a strong desire which to change the fate of Britain. Karia Mato wants to save Sakura. Waver wants to prove himself. Tokyo Mitosaka wishes to reach the root. Kirei Kotomire, he wants joy.
ありえんだろなんだそれは我が父は犬でも孕ませたというのか
Almost every character has some wishes, I would say desire, but Kirei does not. Unlike Kiritsugu, Kirei has no reasons and motives to fight in a war. He doesn't even know why he's here. And that's one of the things I found very interesting about his character setting.
Kirei was born defective. He has no direction in life. He feels joy from suffering of others. I do think he's an unfortunate man.
Kirei doesn't have the sense to feel the normal happiness. He worked hard to correct his mistake when he was in the church, like attempting to be pure and beautiful.
But he just cannot understand or feel the notion of beauty. Like all he did in the war was just to enjoy himself.
None of the characters in Fate Zero are labeled as good or bad. But to me, Kirei is an evil man.
Like when Kirei saves Karia and makes him even more miserable. Kirei also gets Karia to meet Aoi Tosaka, which caused Aoi to get the wrong idea about Karia.
When I first got to know this character, I have to say I didn't like him. I couldn't quite understand his motives and ideas. But there's no denying that I like this character better now. I'm now still trying to understand the role of Kirei.
My view of him might be different again in around 5 or 2 years. So let me know in the comments if you have any further understanding of Kirei. Saber has always been one of my favorite characters in Fate series, but she seems to be a little different in Fate Zero than she is in Fate Stay Night.
And to be honest, I don't like Saber from Fate Zero that much. I think she's a bit dumb.
Saber is a servant of Kiritsugu, but they seem not to talk to each other, like Saber is the natural enemy of Kiritsugu. And Kiritsugu treated her like a tour and talks to her only 3 times throughout the whole anime.
Like, can you imagine them as a pair fighting together in a war? There's like zero communication.
Many of the characters have ideological conflicts, such as Kiritsugu and Saber, Kenneth and Lancer. Some will fight with honor, and some will win by hook. The scene where Kiritsugu killed Kenneth is probably the scene that I think best represents Kiritsugu.
I think Kiritsugu is also a poor man. He didn't have a happy childhood. He spent his entire life pursuing his dream, but ends up killing other people.
All he did was sacrifice the few to save the many, and he killed his father and his foster mother to save more people. He turned devastated when he realized that everything he had stood for in his life was bullshit.
Kiritsugu can be said to be a rather sad and ordinary person, but I admire his courage to challenge the world. I think he's one of the best characters in Fate Zero.
Ryder was one of the best developed characters as well. Ryder is Iskandar or Alexander the Great. I love this character and I love his personality and ideals.
そうやってマケドニアへ凱旋し故国の皆に世の復活を祝賀させる
Fate Zero has always been serious and heavy atmosphere. Team Ryder is my favorite. No cap.
They can make me happy and relax in a heavy atmosphere of Fate Zero, a comic relief character. Unlike Kiritsugu and Saber, Rider and Waver have the most communications and interactions. I can feel the personality and temperament of Rider in their communication. His heart is as big as his ambition.
Besides Rider and Saber, there's another king I also want to talk about.
So Gilgamesh is the archer-class servant of Tokiomi Tosaka in the Fourth Holy Grail War. He later forms a new contract with Kirei. He was a neutral bystander in the war.
I hated Archer before watching Fate Zero because I had played Fate Stay Night game before watching the show.
He is an out-and-out asshole in the game, but in Fate Zero, he showed me some positive side of his personality. After the final battle with Rider, I can see Archer gave Rider much respect, but I didn't completely let go of my bias against him until I watched the FGO anime.
So in Fate Zero, Saber's character is weak and idealized compared to Archer and Rider. I don't really like the Banquet of Kings episode. The one where Saber gets bullied, I don't know if you guys like that.
I might have thought it was fun to see so many characters having conversations together. This episode is a little awkward for me to watch right now. In Fate Zero, many characters go against their ideals. Saber defeats Lancelot for the Grail after Karia falls. Karia started out trying to save Sakura, but how did I end up feeling like Karia was just trying to punch Tokiomi or take Aoi? His reason to be in the war is kind of unclear to me.
And there's one hero who fights his way to the end. That's a sad story. As for Lancer, you met a wrong master. I don't want to be your master if I have a girlfriend, my brother.
So Fate Zero is a Japanese light novel written by Gen Urobuchi. This animation made by ufotable has done an outstanding job of following the original story of Fate Zero light novel. The storyline and the characters are excellent. As a prequel, it involves a clash of ideals and ends with a tragedy.
So this year marks the 10th anniversary of Fate Zero. I watched Fate Zero around 2014, but I didn't stick with the first episode because I thought it was a remake of 2006 version of Fate Stay Night. I later found out how stupid I was. So Fate Zero is a really great piece of work.
The animation is gorgeous and looks so fucking real, and the camera is moving. Shout out to ufotable.
Epic soundtrack. If you've heard of Yuki Kajula, she did a really good job with the anime soundtrack. My favorite Madoka Magica, Garden of Sinners, and also Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel movie, Popular Demon Slayers were all composed by her. The soundtrack of Fate Zero is awesome, but some parts are not as good as her previous work.
Great characterization of masters and servants. Even the old man of Waver Boarding House has excellent character portrayal.
And let's talk about the negative side of it.
Boring opening. The tedious first episode with a huge amount of information. This is actually not friendly to people other than Fate fans.
You throw the audience a lot of strange names, strange settings, like in Magus, Master, Servant, Common Spell, and 3 funny families. Those who haven't watched Fate may be confused.
Some impatient audience may just leave and miss out an incredible animation. The Banquet of Kings episode. 3 kings talking together seemed to be a cool thing.
I feel a bit like the kids in my neighborhood getting together and talking something about being the king.
Dark End. Understandable, because it's a prequel.
If you haven't watched Fate Zero, I think you should. It may be boring at the beginning, but you will find out what's great about this anime, especially the characters. If you are a fan of Fate series, Fate Zero is definitely a pretty good one for you, and it's a great work to let you know the story before the Fate Stay Night. Overall, I will give Fate Zero an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next week.